Welcome to the Michael Yo Show. It is Michael Yo. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for all the love on the podcast. And remember one thing about the podcast, like you have to subscribe to it. You got to leave a nice comment about it on iTunes. It does a lot for the podcast, and I really appreciate all the support and love. Today, I want to bring in one of my good friends. I love this guy to death. He's awesome. One of the funniest people I know, Craig Conant. What's up, bro?
Yeah, what's up, buddy? Oh my God, I look terrible.
Yeah, you do look terrible. You need better. You need better lights, bro.
I closed the curtains.
Oh, did you really?
I'm in darkness. I should have just shaved my face and took a shower. I've been eating too many cookies. Can you tell? My cheeks are filling in.
Are you gaining weight during the quarantine?
Maybe.
No, but you're a real thin dude. Have you gained weight, you think?
Yeah, for sure. I have. I've gained 10 pounds. I eat a lot of cookies, a lot of sugar over here.
Are you now? You worked at Trader Joe's, then you became
years.
For 11 years. Now you're a stand-up comic. Now there's no comedy going on. Did you ever think about going back to Trader Joe's to make some money?
Oh, never. No, I'll never go back. I can't. Also, I surprised myself. I've been surviving. I've been selling T-shirts on the internet, baby.
Oh, so that's going really well?
Yeah, I've had a beautiful thing where I have a ton of little different revenue streams coming in that add up that allow me to survive, and my overhead's so low. So I keep it cheap, baby. I buy a lot of cookies though.
But you still go to Trader Joe's to shop because you love that place.
For sure, absolutely. You know it.
What do you think about all the long lines at Trader Joe's? Because I never go in because to me right now, I think it's dangerous. Even though people are 6 feet apart, with a mask on, you got to wait in this long ass line to get in. Or do you have a VIP pass where you just skip to the front because you're Craig Conant?
No, I wait in line. I've waited in line, and the location I go to moves pretty fast. The longest I've waited is 30 minutes. Last time there was no wait at all. I wear a mask, and I know you're scared, and as you should be, you almost died. But,
yeah. But I love how you're laughing about that. I almost died, and you're just laughing. Like,
but no. They at least now, maybe not in the beginning, but they alcohol wipe everything down, every cart, they spray the shit out of it and then hand you the cart. Like it is wet with alcohol. And they offer you hand sanitizer right when you enter and right when you leave.
All right. So also this is live on Facebook and YouTube. We're getting some comments. So happy Rebecca Helm. So happy you're better. Are you going to have your parents on Love Your Family? Yes. Actually, when this thing slows down, Mama and Papa Yo are going to do a podcast with me. And that's going to be unfreaking believable. Unfreaking believable. If you want to leave a comment for me, Craig, we'll read it on the podcast right now. All you got to do is just put some in the comments page. You can tell Craig how terrible he looks today. How he's gaining weight, a lot of weight.
Only 10. I just need to, just 10.
How has quarantine changed your life so far? I know we're not doing stand up, but besides that, have you picked up any hobbies or anything like that?
Yeah, I've picked up going nuts. Just mentally. It's I'm actually handling it very well, but my mind goes a little manic because my days are the same, but then at night I go to the comedy clubs, I do stand up, I do what I love, and I make a living. And now I can't do that, and I'm just like you go to it takes a little bit of your meaning out, but you have to. I've been gardening. I'm not kidding. That's been helping me. My cat's been saving me. I'm lucky I have an animal.
Now, are you hooking up with other girls?
I was gonna say my girl. I was just about to say that my girl. We have almost killed each other in quarantine, but we've also saved each other 10 times over. So I could not imagine doing it 100% alone. That would make me go insane.
Yeah, it's a thing where me and my wife, we're quarantined, but the one good thing about us, we're homebodies. You know what I mean? So you know me. Every time I
Yeah.
went to a comedy club, I would literally go on stage, perform, and I leave. Like I love being at home, but you're not a homebody at all. You love being at home.
No, I love the nightclubs, comedy clubs, that is, and yeah, it's a little bit of an identity crisis, I guess. It's just like, what do I do?
So how long you think you can survive, man, with no comedy going on? Because it could go to January.
I've I've been making a living.
Okay.
I actually wrote it down because I was like, how is this happening? I got some podcast sponsors,
Oh,
and
great.
King and the Sting, Theo Vaughn and Brendan Schaub. I have a feeling they paid me a lot more than they were supposed to because of the whole thing. So God bless those gentlemen.
Uh huh.
What else? I wrote, t-shirts. I make my money. I wrote it down because I was like, how is this happening?
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean, King and Sting, Theo Vaughn and Brendan? They paid you. You were on their podcast.
I
And
was
they
on
paid
their
you?
podcast a couple episodes, and they paid me handsomely. And I have a feeling it was because of COVID-19. I don't even know that, but I was like, wow. You know, when you look at a check, you're like, thanks, guys.
No,
So,
they're good. They're good people,
they're good
man.
dudes.
They're good dudes.
Sell t-shirts, my Patreon, podcast, sponsors, Cameo. I've been performing on Zoom shows. If they pay.
Yeah.
I don't like doing it. It's very weird and it's unnatural. And I've done it for a few rehab facilities, just for my sober shows that I do with my buddy Zane.
Now, if you don't know, because a lot of new people are tuning in that's never heard about your story, Craig, tell your story really quick people can catch up if they're watching, because you got a crazy story.
I'm sober, even though I look like this. I'm sober. Yeah, so I'm 6 years sober. I drank and drugged and all that, and then I kept getting in trouble and arrested, and I was like, I got to change my life. So I said to myself on my last arrest, I'm going to get sober and get into stand-up, and then I did, and now here we are.
You're crushing it.
I started headlining this year. And I was, remember, headline in the middle. I was opening for Michael Yo for years, and I still open for Michael Yo
and Chris D'Elia and many more.
D'Elia, and then this year I started headlining, and then COVID-19 said, "No, you're not."
COVID-19 was like, "You're not ready yet,
dude." Michael, I had 6 straight weekends in a row.
Oh,
and
man.
I mean it, yeah, but. What was I doing all this for? I forgot. What was full circle?
Oh, I just wanted people to know your story, because a lot of people, Craig Conant's funny comedian, but like you went through some bad times before you got to stand up. And I think that's an incredible story. Jason Escobedo just wrote in and says,
hey, what's
yes.
up?
He said, yes, gardening and cooking is the only thing that keeps him sane too right now. So it talks about your gardening right there.
Yeah, I've been cooking a lot too. Even my little tiny studio, I got the little, got to do what I got to do. No more restaurants, no more swingers.
No. So are you going anywhere? Because I see some things open, like coffee shops here and there. Are you doing any of that, or you're literally just inside? Do you go visit friends? Because are you doing that, or what's your daily routine?
I'll go have coffee with Chris D'Elia, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
And we just loiter in the parking lot for a half hour just to have fun and see a friend. He's very strict, though. Stands 6 feet apart. He's always yelling at Lenoci like, hey, stay. Lenoci always wants to get close, I'm not going to lie. I want to hug everybody, but I keep my distance.
Melanie says, talking about your cats in the background. That's so awesome. That's so awesome. How long have you had your cat?
Oh, my God. Maybe a year now. He knocked on my door. He literally, I swear to God, it sounds like a joke, but he pawed up my screen door and made a racket. I opened it. He came in. He's been here a year.
I love it. And and during quarantine, it's like the perfect thing to have a pet.
The perfect
right
thing. Now he's sick of me. I'm like, come here. Like, and he's like, leave me alone, dude.
He's like, get off me.
Get off me. Like, I liked you better when you left the house.
So for people just catching up, I had a crazy COVID-19 story. I had pneumonia, double pneumonia, and corona. Went to the hospital ICU for 8 days. Doctor said it could go either way. 2 days, we'll know. Where were you when you found out, Craig? Because I know once it hit, it went all throughout the comedy community because I got so much love on Instagram and from people texting me. It like went pretty fast. And that, man, I tell you, we could, you know, I've changed my view. Well, I haven't changed my views, but I know when I first started comedy, it was a bunch of backstabbing. But then to see people that you don't even really talk to show you love, I mean, it meant so much. So how'd you find out?
I think I was with Lenoci.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I don't know. It was a text. It spread like once the comedy community knew it,
Yeah.
it spread like wildfire. Like, oh man, Michael Yo's in the hospital. And then I texted you immediately, and I said, "Hey, buddy, I love you. I didn't want to bug you too much. I figure you. I don't know. Anyways,
I was trying to live, so you didn't want to.
I texted you, I love you, and I wish you well. And then I sent you. Yeah, you were champ about it though. You posted like some funny stories that was dark but real but hilarious. We're like, hope I don't die today.
Yeah, it was a thing where it got scary, man. It got scary in there, and for people not to take it seriously, do you watch the news much or not really?
I stopped.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's very depressing. I was for quite some time, and then I was like, I can't.
Well, because I feel like it's so when I just want doctors to talk on TV. I don't want politics involved. I just want to know the real story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm finding out so much stuff because after I went through this whole COVID-19 issue, like certain people have reached out to me through DM, doctors. I know a lot more doctors, and they're telling me stuff that's not even out yet. And I'm like, man, I tell you, it's a thing that's going to blow people's mind when it comes out that like they don't know much and they're learning as we're learning, but there are stuff they know that they can't say because it would cause people to go into a panic. And I'm not at the liberty to say because I'm not a doctor, but It's a thing where you learn all this stuff and it could be true what they're telling me, it could be not, but it's a thing that it's freaking scary and it's a lot of lies. Some of it are lies that you're hearing on TV. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all. These are just real doctors that work in real hospitals are telling me, that because it's government, because of things they can't go out on their own and say, even though they know is pretty much accurate, or they're only seeing this stuff happen in their hospital. So they can't really say it's happening everywhere else. You know what I mean?
Are you talking about like the holistic side of healing things or
No, I'm talking about more like for instance, here's a thing I think people are going to learn. I think the only reason they don't test people when they leave the hospital, after they clear people, they tell you to go home for 14 days and then you're fine.
Yeah.
No, that's the procedure. So when I got out of the hospital, they go, okay, so stay home at 2 weeks. They didn't let me. So basically, when you first start, they say, don't have a fever for 3 days. You've kind of broken COVID. Now go home for 14 days. And after 14 days, you're fine. That's what they normally say. So 14 days of not having symptoms, you're fine. But they don't test you to make sure that you don't have it anymore. So the reason why, and I'm going to just say the reason why I believe, and I've been told by a couple of people, is because they know people still have it. So they can't test people before they leave the hospital because they know they still have it, but they feel that they're not contagious.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, well, they can't. Here's the thing. If they tested people before they left the hospital, that means people have to stay 2 to 3 weeks longer in the hospital. And then that
literally cannot do it.
They can't do it. It would drive the hospitals insane. So I really feel that because they can't do that, because it would drive at one time, it was too much capacity in hospitals. So it's like a cold. A cold, you can have the virus you can be contagious for 14 days with a cold. So this is the same type of virus, I would imagine, not a doctor, just going by what I'm told, is that if that's the longest you can keep something, so they're telling people after 14 days you're fine because they feel like you're not contagious. And by the numbers they're seeing when they send you home, if you were contagious, more people would be coming from your house. Then they would come out and say, okay, we got to stop this.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So, I mean, they were taking a risk, but it looks like it's paying off. But I guarantee you, most of the people that leave the hospital still have it.
I know it's real and it's scary and you had it, but my buddy, his mom and his sister are a nurse, and they're at hospitals not around here in Irvine and stuff. They said it's dead. It's empty.
Oh yeah. Well, certain parts. It's more of LA County. It's on this side of the hill, like where I live, Burbank and all that stuff, Studio City and everything. It's chill. Like it's they got some serious cases, but it's not like over the hill. But you got to think, like I live in a place where people are spread out. You live in a place where people are stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of apartments. I live in a house, so like I can isolate. Like we can really isolate and not see anyone. Where you could walk down the hallway, somebody would have sneezed, and you get all that stuff in your,
Get stuck right in my mustache right here.
That's the thing, man. Just think about all the hair these dudes had with all the hair. That's just things just catching everything. It's
I'll probably shave my face immediately after this show. What? I swear I will.
Do you feel like one thing I learned about myself? I feel even when this is over, I feel like I'm still going to wear a mask at the airport. Anytime I travel now, I'm going to wear a mask. It's just too much stuff in the air. Not you?
No. I'm already walking these streets bareback in the wind, man, just taking it in. Not in stores, but I see people walking their dog with a mask. I'm like, I can't do that.
Why not? It's safe, bro. What if you're asymptomatic and giving it out, Craig?
I'm not.
You don't know that, bro. Did you take it?
My cat would tell me. I actually did take a test.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
And what did it say?
Positive. No, they actually never sent me my results. My whole family got tested because we wanted to get together. So we got tested. So we, wouldn't give my 73-year-old father it. And then my results never came back at all.
Never?
I waited. I went through every single member of my family got their results back in so one person got it back in 2 days. The next person, 6 days. My sister's baby daddy was like 2 weeks. I literally never got them back. I don't know.
So I'm just saying, dude.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm sorry
saying what I'm saying. What I'm saying. Hold on one second. I'm gonna change something. Talk to the people. This light is just shining on my forehead so bright. Talk to the people. Keep them entertained. I'll be right back.
Hey, how are ya? What if I just said that? Okay, I never finished my whole story. Okay. I don't remember where. Oh, I wanted to talk about the rehab shows. I do rehab shows for people that are kicking drugs with my good buddy Zane and his foundation. It's free. They get a good show and they get sober, and that's it. I just telling them.
Is that better? Now it's too dark now, right?
You need, I don't know what you need.
Let me turn it. Hold on. Keep entertaining. I'll be right.
Damn it. Yeah. 6 years sober here. Trader Joe's got fired for farting on my manager. Did we mention that? I filmed it, posted it on the internet. It's on my Instagram account. # fired for farting. The number 4, because the word is too long. You could Google that. You could see a nice little comedy.
All right. That's as good as. Is that better?
Yes. It's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same. I can't get my lighting either. I got these lamps. It actually looks better on your phone, but not for our purposes.
I got you.
My computer camera always messes it up.
So how is it in the streets by where you live? Everybody's wearing masks except you? Is that how it is now?
No. About 60-40, 40% no maskers. it was very, very eerily dead and quiet. And now that the heat has come, it's getting busy and busy.
Yeah, I saw like some Instagrams of like traffic, and it seems to be getting back to normal around where you live.
I think people are just going a little stir crazy. They're, you know, and the hot weather's hitting, and they're like, "I'm going to the beach. I don't care."
Yeah. Have you been to the beach yet?
Mm-hmm.
Was it crowded?
Mm-hmm.
Did you wear a mask? No. Did people on the beach wear masks or not really?
I didn't see one.
Wow. That's crazy to me, man. I'm telling you, you got to be careful out there.
I know,
And,
but
you know,
it's fear, man. It's just fear.
it's not fear. It's real, bro. I went through that. Fuck you, dude. I went through this. It's not fear. You're an asshole. Dude.
Well, yeah, you act like you almost died or something.
It's fear. You're stupid, dude.
No. Hey,
you live
real.
your life.
I'm saying, I know it's real. I know, but it is fear. That's why I stopped watching the news. I know that people are dying out there, and this is horrible tragedy, and it is ruining the world right now. But I also think they're cranking up the fear notches on every platform possible. You know, it's true. They'll spin everything.
I agree with you.
They'll spin everything like, how can we make this more scary than it actually is? Yes, it is scary. Yes, it is real. Yes, people are dying. But yes, they are also cranking up the fear. And yes, I know I should wear a mask. But I was at the beach, dude. Come on.
No, you're right about the fear, because there was a story on every outlet that goes, just because you had it doesn't mean you can't get it again. Right. So it was the whole fear aspect is, oh, you could get it again, even though you've already had COVID-19. But the real story was, once they got into the story, is like, all it was, oh, we don't have enough research yet to say which.
Yeah,
but it's like, well, why'd you make this big dramatic open, like you could get it again if you've had COVID, when the real story is the researcher was like, oh, we just don't know yet because we don't have enough research.
Yeah.
So the headline should be, hey, researchers came out and said, just because you've had it, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
You know, but no.
That is not an attention grabber. That doesn't make you go, oh, I better read this. And that's my whole point. But also, I'm not trying to discredit this. And I actually have the expensive N95 mask from construction prior to this day. So you know how, you know, the mask, if you have it, they yell at you like, hey, give that to the doctor. I was like, I already had it. What are they gonna get? I have one. They're gonna take my used mask from painting 4 years ago. Anyways, so I do wear the mask in, you know, grocery stores, not outdoors. I don't know why, but just walking the streets, I'm like, I don't want to wear a mask.
As long you should have it around, but as long as you're not 6 feet away from people, as long as you're not walking up on people, it's fine. But my thing, what's interesting about my story is, like, what they're finding out is it's called viral loads. You know what this is?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so some people can get corona and maybe they just get a couple of droplets, because, you know, you can breathe it in or it can go through your nose. But then if somebody, for instance, you're walking down the street and you don't see this person, but they sneeze and all this stuff comes out, like the doctor told me how bad mine was. It's almost like I walked into that. And so instead of just a couple, you get hundreds. And that's what really messes you up. And that's why they say wear a mask, because you just never know, because you can't see what you're walking into. Like somebody could sneeze 10 seconds before you get there, you would never know. So that's the dangers of it. And, you know, I got a huge viral load of it, and it messed me up, even though it's all about fear, Craig Conant.
Well, you should be scared. You know what I'm trying to say.
No, I know what you're trying to say.
I know I'm not sounding like the most responsible, but for the most part, I have been extremely careful. I haven't been visiting my family. I haven't been visiting anybody except for Big Dumb La Noche. No. I just we ride bikes, and
how's your parents handling it? I mean, how's your mom handling it?
they're both going nuts.
Yeah.
My mom's they're both over it, but my mom built a back house at my aunt's property, so it's my mom, my aunt, my uncle, and that my cousin, my aunt and uncle's daughter, Lisa, she is like, you guys stay here. I'm going to the store. She yells at like her dad. It's been a month. So he finally went to Costco or something, and she like yelled at him. He's like, I gotta get out of the house, you know. So my family is very strict, and we haven't visited each other. I haven't even done a drive-by. Yeah. I don't even want to do a drive-by because I'm gonna get out and hang out. I can't drive by my mama and not give her a hug.
Well, my parents live in Houston, and my dad was still going to Home Depot without a mask, and I got on him. He was just going to Walmart. Like Walmart
that's where you get it.
That's where
that's where it started. They said Wuhan, no Walmart. They mispronounced Wuhan.
It didn't. Yeah, it wasn't Wuhan. It was Walmart.
It was Walmart. I blame Walmart.
No, but it's a thing where I was telling my parents, like, you're in the demographic, so they're
old school though. They don't hear it. My dad like literally took the government, the world shutting down. They're just. My dad's 73. How old are your parents?
My dad's 75 and my mom's 69.
Yeah, they're old school, man. They're like, they've lived through world wars. They just don't care like us.
My dad was like, I'm 75. If I die, I die. I'm fine. Like, Dad, that's so selfish, first of all, because you have grandchildren now. You need to say.
That's how they are, though. That's how my dad is, too. He's like, it's like, I actually respect that. I don't like that because it's your father. It's my father. I'm worried that I will be devastated. But it's like, it's kind of like, well, I don't know.
My dad has always been like, if I die, I die, whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I'm like, oh, Dad. Now, you got grandchildren that ask for you all the time to FaceTime, and now you're like, oh, about that. So now he's wearing a mask. And now he's wearing the mask and gloves. It's funny because my dad's never been to the doctor, and he got one checkup in his life, and that was a couple of years ago before we had my son. And I was like, Dad, you have to get a check because I want to make sure you're around to see my son and now my daughter grow up. So he goes to the doctor. My mom calls me like 2 days later and goes, so I got your result. I got your dad's results. I go, oh, how was it? He goes, he's fine. He's fine. Can you believe nothing wrong with him? I was like, you sound upset. She goes, whatever. Like she was mad that my dad was fine. Yeah. Like there was nothing wrong with it. Where my mom's, beat breast cancer twice, has been through all kinds of stuff. And my dad is just fine, just 75 and fine. And she was upset. I feel like she was upset about that.
She's like, how did I get 2 doses? He doesn't get shit.
I know. My dad's fine still, and I'm the one that went through Corona too. My dad's stronger than everybody. Yeah, man.
Your dad brushed that Corona off his shoulder.
You got to brush the Corona off
the shoulder. Get off me. I gotta go to Home Depot. I'm busy. I gotta build a house. I love old school men like that.
Dude, you know what? Because sometimes I feel like, sometimes you wake up in the morning. Look, I'm older than you. But I'm like, if I feel like this now and I double my age, I would be like, yo, if I die, I die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm feeling broke down now, it's like I can't imagine adding ×2 to that and being alive.
Yeah. And your dad, I've met him. He's just one of those classic old school guys. It's in your act. He's like, yeah. He just has energy and he's vibrant. You're like, oh, this guy's, you know what I mean? He's lived a good life.
Maria Martinez says, thank you for this. We really need the laugh. Oh, thank you for watching. Aaron Hale writing in, love both of you cats doing stand-up. I've been remodeling my house to stay sane. Yeah, people are doing different things. Have you seen any good TV shows or anything? If you're listening and watching this, Just in the comments section, leave us great TV shows to watch or movies. I've been doing Netflix, Hulu, HBO, all types of things. What's something good you've seen, Craig?
Oh my God, I watched The Outsider. That was the scariest show ever. But a lot of people, I don't know, because it's sci-fi, Stephen King.
What's it about? I've heard of it, but I don't know. Like, I've never watched it.
I loved it because it was about the boogeyman, or El Cuco.
Okay, that's a Spanish thing, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It's every culture, Bobo Yaga, Russian, but they do it like a murder mystery done in real life, but sci-fi, because it's about supernatural. And I loved it, and it has Jason Bateman. It has brilliant actors and actresses in it, and I loved it.
So they treat the boogeyman like it's real.
Yeah, and it's just written well, and it's different than the book. I didn't read the book, but that's what I hear. But it's really good. I loved it, man.
If you have anything we need to watch, please leave a comment below. I saw this amazing show. Now, I've already known about it, but I believe it's the 4th season came out on Netflix not too long ago. Have you ever seen The Heist?
No, I've seen the advertisements, but it's good.
It is freaking amazing.
All right, I'll check it out.
I watched The Heist. I've watched, my wife made me watch this cheerleader show on Netflix. I'm watching this terrible show on ABC called Listen to My Heart. That's my wife's choice too.
Did you do this? I don't know what it is about my dark mind, but when COVID hit and it was shut down, and I was, it's a shock. You're like, whoa. I started watching dark movies.
Did you really? Did you watch
Apocalypse Now, Vietnam documentaries, World War II in color, and I just felt awful. And I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? I watched every apocalypto movie they had.
Really?
Armageddon. And then I was like, I feel terrible. So then I started watching Curb Your Enthusiasm.
How funny is that show?
I'm revisiting it and watching it. That is such a great show. Oh my God. Larry David is so funny. He's the man.
Yeah. What I love is it's the cursing version of Seinfeld. Yes. Because it's basically taking one thing and making a whole episode out of it.
It's the cursing version of Seinfeld with nudity, explicit behavior. It just like all the things you wish Seinfeld would have said and done, it happens in Curb. Not too much, where it's unnecessary, but it's so good.
It's so good. Again, Chris Ellis just wrote in, the craziest thing I watched, crazier than Tiger King, was Don't F with Cats.
Yeah, I stayed away from that. I can't watch any documentary about cats getting hurt. I didn't like I almost said King this thing. I didn't like Tiger King.
Really? I love Tiger King.
That made me hate everybody. Everybody. They're all cult leaders, cat killers. One lady killed her husband. Yeah. One lady tried to have her killed. Like it's just, that whole show was like, here's a piece of shit, here's a piece of poop. They're all trash. That's
what it is.
They're all horrible.
Trashy people make the best TV, dude.
For real. I hate that.
Actually, you got the look to be on Tiger King.
I do.
You look like a person that should have been on.
Maybe that's why I hate that show.
You're like, this is my family. What are you talking about?
I didn't like anything. It's just like they took advantage of weak people or people that are down and out that had no other place to go. And it's just like, and then they took advantage of the animals. It's just,
it was horrible, dude.
It was awful.
It was horrible. But I enjoyed watching it. I watched all those episodes. I even watched the Tiger King special. They had the after show with Joe McHale.
See, I swear to God, the only reason I watched that show is because I was supposed to be on Chatty Broads with Becca and Jess to do a recap. I love them to do a recap episode of Tiger King. And I would have not watched it. I have not watched The Night Of or any of those.
Did you do a recap with the Chatty Broads?
No, no, I don't know what happened. Uh,
Uh,
they got kid.
Corona?
Yeah, actually, that's what happened.
Corona happened?
But what was that one? The famous murder mystery one on Netflix, To Catch a Murderer. No, the guy that was dumb that confessed to murder. Like I
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
Well,
Wasn't it To Catch a Murderer?
yeah,
Yeah.
I never watched that. I just refuse to watch shows that like that, and also for some reason, if they're trendy and the whole world watched it, it makes me not want to watch it even more so.
Oh,
I,
you're a rebel.
I'm a rebel.
You're such a rebel, Craig. You're such a rebel.
I don't
I,
want to. I don't want to. It's like, you know what I mean? If everybody does it, it's like, all right, I don't want to watch Tiger King.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so I've just been like basically watching a bunch of stuff my wife wants me to watch because we do that after the kids go to bed, and I'm just trying to get my bearings, just trying to get it all together. What's the first thing you're going to do when well, you're already doing it. You're already out doing your thing, it seems like.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I went to the beach one time, and I've been riding bikes with Lenoci. That's my entire social coffee with Chris.
You know what I notice is how much prettier the city is when nobody's out. Like the sky is blue right now. It's like we humans, as we ruin everything.
I go on drives now. It's gorgeous. Have you driven Mulholland? You can see everything.
Like we, as a society, this should make a lot of people think like how beautiful. Like fishes are. You can see them through the water now. They're showing all this footage of like
we ruin everything. We
ruin everything. Like literally, this should be an alert. Like, oh, by the way, maybe we shouldn't be using all this, making all this pollution because this city right now, and it's not realistic. It's not going to stay this way, but it's freaking great to live in. And it's beautiful because nobody's out destroying it like we normally do.
There's no traffic. There's no pollution. Not no pollution. Cut back substantially. Oh. I forgot where it was, but that viral photo where a city, I believe in India, could see the Himalayas for the first time in 30 years.
Yeah.
Because it was just smog.
Because they got billions of people out there.
Yeah. And it's like, God, like, let's get clean energy, guys. It's possible.
It is. I mean, but you got to fight against the oil companies, and they don't want to lose. It's crazy that now oil is so bad, they can't even find people to buy it. So oil's like, last time I heard it was like negative $37. And I'm like, holy cow. Whoever thought but literally in a month and a half, I haven't filled up my car once.
Yeah, I think I finally need gas now. It's been 2 months, I don't. Right? I literally just drive up Mulholland and cruise on top, and it's gorgeous views of different sides of the city with no smog. You can see it all: the valley, downtown, Catalina Island through the Pacific Ocean. When you can see Catalina Island, oh my God!
That's what I'm saying.
From Hollywood.
All right. So when'd you get a girlfriend, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, we've been dating for some time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I've met her before.
I don't remember. Yeah.
I think so. No, I have. I remember.
Yeah.
One of my shows.
Which one? Ice House?
I think so. Or one of them.
I don't remember.
I don't want to put your business out there because you'd be like, yeah, you did. And then I didn't. And then I meet her. And then she's like,
I don't remember.
I don't want to be that guy because we've all been in that situation where a guy's like, oh, yeah, I've met you. And she's like, nah, I just started dating.
Yeah, you probably have. I don't know.
Yeah, I would imagine. All right, Craig, any final thoughts? How can people follow you and all that good stuff?
At Craig P. Conant on Instagram and Twitter, CraigConant.com. I love you, Michael. Thank you for always hooking me up with shows and
we'll be back. We'll be back strong. I feel like once this is all said and done, I don't think it's really going to pick up for us comedians being in clubs again till January. It sounds horrible, but I just feel people are going to be scared to go to comedy clubs.
Scared, but also I think when there finally is the all clear, people
It's
will be
gonna
like,
boom.
yes, I could go and enjoy myself. And I think once that is cleared, it'll be crazy.
Oh, I feel like this. Once stand-up comedy hits again, it's gonna be bigger than anyone's
people
ever
need
seen.
it. They need it,
People are gonna
man.
need it. Oh, you guys should do a Zoom stand-up special together. You riff great together. The problem with stand-up on Zoom, and I've been seeing a bunch of these shows, comedians are just trying to get by.
They're terrible.
It's horrible.
They're
It's
horrible. That's
It's
why I won't do them unless they're paid. Because it's just like, I don't want to be a diva, but it's like, it's not good for anybody. But if you pay me, I'll do it.
well, your jokes don't land.
Yeah.
Comedians now they're doing Zoom where comedians are laughing at your jokes, and comedians never laugh at other
No.
comedians, so it's all fake. But I get it. People are just trying to find any way to get by. You know what I mean? Shoot. So I understand why people are doing it, but imagine a comedian standing in a room, and this is what it is, basically telling jokes to themselves.
It's terrible.
Is horrible.
I'll do them I keep saying this, but I've been doing them quite a bit.
Craig wants everyone to know he is doing things for money.
I'm doing things. No, I'll do the rehab shows for free, but that's different because you're telling stories of sobriety, and it's like storytelling, and I don't mind that at all. And it's like, you give back and maybe help out, maybe not. Maybe they hate you. I don't know. But I don't mind doing that. But when it's just like a stand-up show, I'm like, oh, dude, this is awful.
I watch them and it's cringeworthy. I'm like, it's just, and then sometimes before they started Zooming, they would just go up there and do a set like by themselves. Have you seen that one? Have you seen that?
Why are they doing that? Stop it.
I don't know. I was like,
you're taking the magic out of it. You're making it awful.
People can't sell t-shirts like you, Craig. And by the way, if you don't know, Craig has a crazy fan base that just, dude, they love you. And that's what I love. Like,
they're helping me survive, baby.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So Craig, follow him on Instagram, all the social media. Do you have a website?
Yes, CraigConant.com. Craig P. Conant on IG, Facebook, Twitter.
Okay, cool. And my thing is subscribe to the podcast. And the link is going to be below after. Subscribe to the podcast. Leave a comment. I know it's not a big deal, but I got 10 comments last week. So that
good.
Dude, that doesn't, and people don't understand how much that does. It does a lot,
No, it does. It all helps.
Every week, if you get 10, you'll be killing it. If you get 10 every week, that's 520 comments by the end of the year. That's how I look at it. So leave your comments, please.
Rate and review, like and subscribe. He's a good man. He gave me work when I didn't have a pot to piss in.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sounded good. All right. Thank you guys for watching. We're out of here. Later.